Welcome back to the Marine Corps Movie Minute, where we discuss movies of the Marine Corps 1 minute at a time. I'm Brian, and with me is Perry. Today we're discussing Minute 98. Minute 98 begins with Recon loading up a helo. It ends with an amphibious assault vehicle entering the water.
And that's about it. All right, minute's over.
Join us for Fridays, and we'll discuss what maybe happened then.
Join us for I would say this minute has
do your shitty jokes and let's go.
I know, right? Well, I mean, seriously, this minute has no dialogue.
Mm-mm.
It's just music.
Well, if you don't count the announcement over the boat. Now hear this. Now hear
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. I mean, that's it.
It's the heroic go to war song. You see all the other stuff getting ready to go to war, the whole go to war thing, all those Navy sailors just sitting on the boat waving at the Marines as they fucking go kill bad guys. Is that a bunch of sailors watching the damn birth of an amphibious assault vehicle? You see them? It's like they're midwifing.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much. I mean, it's they load up the helicopter while the elevator. It's funny because Gunny and Lieutenant Ring rode the helicopter down, and now they're riding it back up. You know, I wondered, do you think they did that just for the movie? Because I mean, there's no way they would have. I mean, maybe it was to load up their men, and so you don't have all the men coming up the flight deck. But I would have to imagine that's got to be a movie thing and not a real life thing.
Well, Pete said they only hovered the actual helicopter like a couple feet off the deck.
Yeah, that's correct. Because he's like, there was no sense in flying around, But yeah, they just kind of hover there and use camera angles and tricks to. Geez, it looks like it's storming in the background when the helicopter. Yeah. We get the helicopter shot of them taking off, and then of course the view switches to like they're in the helicopter, and we're getting a view of the ship. And yeah, it looks like it's just storming in the background. F all that noise. This is like Puke City for me.
Oh, are you afraid of heights?
No, I just get motion sickness, like a little.
Oh, you do? No shit.
I do on boats. I'm terrible on boats, dude. Oh. I mean, I can muscle it up for a nice lake day, but I mean, I've had some issues on boats where I'm like, I'm gonna go step outside and pray that we're almost off this boat. Yeah, it's not my thing. I mean, I like I go water skiing and all that stuff, but oof, not I took a ferry over to Fort Sumter one time, and while we were waiting, that's the problem. It's like when we're moving, it's fine. It's while we were waiting to load everybody up. I'm like, I'll go outside where it's nice and where the air is hitting me, and I can just focus on the horizon and not the fact that the boat is rocking.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, I saw. We do get a little bit. Pete mentioned them. They nobody told them how to do their camouflage.
Yeah.
We get a shot of Profile and Collins helping each other put
the grease paint on.
Yeah, it's funny, and they're just they're dangling off the edge of the helicopter as they're leaving the naval vessel. So I just saw something about. Just some more information. I found this naval history website that talked about the invasion of Grenada was called Operation Urgent Fury, if anybody's curious. And it said it wasn't until 40 hours before H hour were the commanding officers of the U.S. Navy ships told that the mission would be to evacuate U.S. citizens and neutralize any resistance and basically stabilize the situation so they can restore peace or whatever, or democracy.
Right.
They didn't have a lot of time to get ships ready, but there was some mention of the USS Guam, USS Barnstable County, the USS Manitowoc. Don't quote me on that. Basically, these are all LSTs. Actually, there was two LSTs, the USS Fort Snelling and LSD 30, and a USS Trenton and LPD 14. And basically, and a lot of CH-46, Marine CH-46 were involved too.
Yeah.
They said forces from the 2nd Battalion, 8th Marines packed their gear and cleaned their weapons, which we saw last minute.
Yeah.
They said stateside, the Army Rangers and 82nd Airborne Division paratroopers assembled to prepare for departure for whatever. They said out of sight of darkness, the USS Independence task group, including the USS Richmond K. Turner, USS Kuntz. I wonder if that's named after Dean Koontz.
No, God.
USS Charon, USS Mooseburger, USS Clifton Sprague, and USS. They're a bocce. Oh, there we go. There's something I actually know. They went to their positions off the coast of Grenada, which we're kind of seeing this. This is all we see a bunch of naval ships in this minute as the Marines are basically taking off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of time. I mean, literally, they're talking about 2 a.m. reveille. I mean, this is all pre-invasion stuff. The Marines got fed on the mess deck. Again, this is all stuff we should talk about last minute when they're all just sitting around waiting.
Yeah.
I said the first heliborne landing force launched before dawn from the Guam. Marines of Echo Company huddled in helos, and they basically it's kind of interesting because this is like a detailed after action report, but then they have interesting observations Echo Company Marines huddled in helos, but then it also makes the note to say that, well, they were wondering what kind of resistance they'll get, and many of them have not been in Corps for very long. This is a little different than what we see in the movie. It gets into, some of the helicopters where they landed and all this. Now the Marines are going to do something a little different next minute or in the upcoming minutes. So,
yeah.
So just, really not a lot going on. I mean, we see really the only Marines we see hanging off the one side is you got Frigetti, Profile, Collins, and Lieutenant Ring actually, and you don't really see the Marines on the other side.
No, but as many times as we've seen Recon, I'm surprised that we don't see Gunny, we don't see Swede, we don't see Jones, and they only send them all in one helicopter. I'm like, that doesn't seem right at all.
Well, you can see legs dangling
on the other
from
side,
the other
right.
side. Yeah, there's at least 3. It's hard to. I can guess that Swede or Gunny is one of them, just because one of them's got longer legs than everybody else. So
yeah,
both are tall men. So
yeah, you see a Ponte over between Profile and Collins on the other side looking around, but that's the only one you can really name.
Actually, I think I think Clint Eastwood is sitting in the helicopter. I think you could see him just as it's pulling away.
Oh, on the jump seat.
Yeah, it's funny because you see Clint Eastwood's profile right behind Profile. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely Clint Eastwood. You could tell it's. Well, I mean, honestly, dude, I really don't have a lot. I mean, they're basically going in.
Nah. Yeah, there's really not much. I mean, we could talk about all the pieces of military equipment we see, like the Cobra and whatever, but nobody really gives a shit. Yep, that's Clint.
Cobra. He just got there.
It took me a second. I was like, well, yeah, because you dickhead.
Oh, this minute, they got the music going. Like this whole minute basically could be a Navy commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of a Marine commercial, but it's a Navy commercial. I mean, with the music and the camera angles and all that, totally could see that. But wouldn't this be better if it was like, they'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble? Johnny is there.
I am not surprised you remember the lyrics of the damn G.I. Joe cartoon.
I could have kept going, dude.
I haven't seen that shit in 30 years.
Gung Ho was a Marine. It'd be awesome if some dude walked up
no shirt on with a vest and tattoo on his chest.
Yeah, big Eagle Globe and Egger tattoo on his chest. Yeah, that would be awesome.
I gotta let you know about this. I saw, we're both kind of we're kind of geeks, right? We do collect comic books and shit like that. What? I know. I hate to ruin everybody's impression of us, but we're. So they redid Gung Ho, and I was like, oh, you know what? I might pick up a Gung Ho. They got rid of the Eagle Globe and Anchor. There's some other kind of little device on his chest. I'm like, nope, fuck that.
Yeah, I'll say I don't like it. Don't like it one bit. Actually, there's this thing called the Enlisted Club. It's enlistedclub.com, done by the Leathernecks for Life guys. They have great clothing apparel, and I've purchased some and I enjoy it. And they're not endorsing us. No, but they have a thing called Enlisted Club. They do a lot of articles and stuff, and one of the things that they do is they'll take Gung Ho, the toy, and they do like little captions with the toy doing different Marine things. They're pretty funny, pretty clever. So if you're interested, yeah, I encourage people to seek that out. It's some funny stuff. They're a good group of guys over in their Leatherneck for Life, Genuine Leather group, and all that. And Enlisted Club's another one thing they do, and it's pretty good. Yeah, I actually had a Gung Ho figure for years. I had him in his blues, and it was the only one that I kept like separate, and I had him like I would put him on my desk and all that, and he would salute. And for the life of me, I think it got stolen. Because I have every single one of my GI Joes plus some new ones for the kids. That one's gone. He's just disappeared, lost to the ages, and I was mad because it was a Gung Ho in his dress blues, so it was pretty awesome. I don't know where I got it from either.
Yeah, you probably stole it from somebody else.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. The rightful owner stole it back. Probably. No, I have no idea. And of course, I didn't lose it. It was stolen.
Yeah, I know. You used to get so pissed off when we'd mess with your little action figures, especially right before room inspections.
Yeah. That's all I needed.
Yeah. I won't elaborate further.
Right. Getting back to being a geek.
Their packs look awfully light.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Sorry, I was thinking that. I'm glad you said something. When they're loading up their sea bag, right? I understand they don't know where they're going. You wouldn't bring all that gear with you. Like, you wouldn't have a full sea bag in an invasion like that.
No, but maybe it's like packed full of like other gear. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Even
know.
still, I can't imagine that because you got to first off, do a water. I mean, spoiler alert, they're going to do a water landing because they got their fins. Their little
water insertion.
Flippers.
Yep.
Yeah, the flippers. And their packs are full. They got their little sleeping roll and everything. But I mean, if you're going into everybody's saying that this is it's a small island. They don't really think there's much resistance, but they do know there's resistance. Would you be bringing? I can see the bedroll, but like, would you really be bringing a full sea bag of stuff, and would it be on the helicopter? I think they would leave it on the ship because they're gearing up right now. They're not like going to another ship or something where or going to a forward operating base or anything. They're going to do an amphibious landing.
Yeah,
like pretty quick. Like so, and they're not going to leave their stuff on the helicopter. I just thought it was weird that they were loading up their sea bag because
I don't see their rifles. I don't see their rifles on them.
Well, they definitely set like when they're loading the sea bags in the very beginning of the minute. I think it's a Ponte sets his down. Gunny's got his on his shoulder. Stitch has his slung pointing down, and I think that's a Ponte. It's very dark, but I thought it was a Ponte. And he had a rifle as well, and he leaned it against the helicopter as he was putting a pack in. But yeah, once they're actually
Gunny's rifle. Yeah,
Collins has his. Or no, that's actually Lieutenant Ring strapped in behind him. Whatever, you could see them. They're there somewhere on that helicopter.
Okay.
You can kind of see
there's Jones's. Yeah, his is slung.
Yeah. So they are there.
I just didn't see them. I didn't see them on the helicopter with them.
Yeah. Well, also too. I mean, you got to think like they filmed them loading up. All right, get all that shit off. Let's just, because now they got to have room to have the actors in there. Clint Eastwood needs a nice, comfy spot in the middle. Yeah, then they probably shot that them hovering separate. So
yeah,
so it's just possible they just didn't have it there. I think Gunny's got a nice. I think he's got his K-bar on his harness there.
Oh yeah, stab a motherfucker.
He would. What is it? Kicking in a stabbing.
Yeah.
Recon.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, that K-bar is hanging right there. Oh, Rachel's dad gave an old World War II, like one of the original K-bars.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me one. It's sitting in my little case over there. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a little bit more common than you think, but yeah, this one was one of the original. It was made in New York, and it's got all the stuff, really a serial number thing on it, but it's got all the stuff I researched, and yep, it was legit.
No, that's so cool.
Yeah,
I don't have anything cool like that. I just got the one I bought while I was in.
Yeah,
but that thing's great. I mentioned to my dad one time. I was like, hey, my dad's got this Bowie knife, Bowie knife, whatever, Jim Bowie, and it's the thing's awesome. And I said, hey, I want that at some point. Well, instead of waiting, he buys me a fucking enormous one. It's huge. But then I get another package as well, and it's actually a K-bar Bowie knife.
Oh,
Thing is enormous. I mean, it looks just like a K-bar, but the size of a Bowie knife.
like a gladius.
Yeah. I mean, it's a mini sword,
Yeah, short sword. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's pretty cool,
joining the Roman legions.
Yeah, I named it Stormbreaker, Okay, for real. I got nothing else this time.
No, okay. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm dry.
All right, let's ask everybody to come back on Friday, see if we get any dialogue next time.
Yeah.
Now hear this. Clear the podcast for launch of minute 99 on Friday. Whatever, dude.
Yo, Joe! He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
Now hear this. Clear the podcast. Clear the cob.
Cod piece.
I know. Exactly.
Clear the cod piece.
Clear the marbles out of my mouth.